This bill is absolutely a big push in the right direction for veteran healthcare. It has been approved and effective as of March 5th of 2024, this year, brand new. It also covers toxic exposure, and a lot of veterans always ask what TERA, TERA is, and the VA gives a bit more information on what that actually looks like. So pretty much, if you served in Vietnam, the Gulf War, Afghan, the entire global war on terror, or any other designated combat zone after 9/11, you are now eligible for VA healthcare. Not only that, but the biggest push in the right direction are for those veterans who never deployed and were in during peacetime, but were exposed to toxins or hazards while stateside or anywhere else in the world. Those veterans are now eligible for VA healthcare. This opens the door up to millions and millions of veterans. There are so many benefits for veterans that use VA healthcare, and cost is probably the biggest benefit out there. Now, I understand that not all VA medical centers are the world's best, but I will speak from my personal experience. When I go see my healthcare team, I go to the DC's VA Medical Center, and I gotta tell you, I don't have anything negative to say. My healthcare team is pretty solid, and if I need something, we start heading in that direction, and I'm very blessed to have that as an option. Now, the only bad thing I will say, and this is totally my opinion, but I do believe the VA is very, very quick to give medication. Me personally, I'm not a fan of medication. I even have my huge bag of medicine here. It says all of this is from the VA, and I could re-up a lot of those prescriptions, but it's just not my cup of tea. Okay, now that's my personal opinion. What I want to do is show you what the VA has to say about this, about the March 5th bill, and the VA also shares what toxins are included in this exposure for this VA healthcare. So let's go ahead and take a look at what the VA has to actually say. So here we go. At the direction of President Biden, VA is expanding healthcare eligibility to millions of veterans. That's pretty much it, okay? And here we go, in case anyone's wondering. This is in effect March 5th, so you're good to go right now, right this second. There are a few things I do want to cover, and so here it lists pretty much what I said in the intro there. And I'm going to have this link down below. And I'm also going to show you how to actually enroll in VA healthcare. I understand that might be confusing for some. The VA makes that very, very simple. Okay. But here we go. This is talking about how the PACT Act was the PACT Act was good, but it didn't cover everyone. Okay, that's pretty much what that's saying there. There's some numbers on how to actually get VA healthcare, and here we go. If you're a veteran who may have been exposed to toxins or hazards while serving our country at home or abroad, we want you to come for us for the healthcare you deserve. Now, this one, I understand this might be controversial to some, but I will go ahead and read it. The VA is saying VA is proven to be the best, most affordable healthcare in America for veterans. And once you're in, you have access for life. So don't wait. Enroll starting March 5th, okay? Millions of veterans eligible for VA healthcare earlier than called for by the PACT Act. So this March 5th stuff ain't got nothing to do with the PACT Act. Okay, it's its own thing. If you rate the criteria for that, which is served in any sort of conflict or were exposed to toxins, either stateside or abroad, you are now eligible for VA healthcare without a VA disability rating. Okay. And here we go. This is exactly what that part says there. And then it says by working with chemicals, pesticides, lead, asbestos, certain paints, nuclear weapons, x-rays, and more. And that brings me to the TERA piece of this whole thing. I want to show you where it says TERA, okay? Participated in toxic exposure risk activity at home or abroad, is eligible for VA healthcare, yada, yada, yada. And here we go. Training participated in TERA, starting right here. Air pollutants, burn pits, sand, dust, particulates, oil well fires, sulfur fires. Okay, that's air pollutants. Then you have chemicals like pesticides, herbicides, depleted uranium with embedded shrapnel, contaminated water. Then there's occupational hazards, asbestos, industrial solvents, lead, paints, including chemical agent resistant coating, firefighting foams, radiation, nuclear weapons handling, maintenance and detonation, radioactive material, calibration and measurement sources, X-rays, radiation from military occupational exposure. So if your job, if your MOS calls you this exposure, there you go, you're good too. Then there's warfare agents, nerve agents, chemical and biological weapons. That's insane to me. And more, okay? And the VA even leaves a little link for more, and it goes into this other public health site. But the VA will use all available information to determine if veterans participated in a TARA, including military records and service connection, okay? All of this talks about, how awesome the VA is. You can kind of skip that part. But that's it. Veterans are now eligible for VA healthcare, and this is a huge, huge push, in my opinion, in the right direction, okay? Now, I do want to show you how to actually apply for VA healthcare. The VA makes this extremely simple, all right? And I'm actually going to go back one and go to Google. Let's just start from scratch, okay? How to apply for VA healthcare. You can go ahead and Google that. I can't spell today, or I can't type. How to apply to VA healthcare. There we go. First link, va.gov. How to apply for VA healthcare. That's going to bring you to this website. It's a va.gov website. I'm not going to sign in. You can sign in if you want. But how to apply, and there are 4 ways to apply. Okay, here's eligibility. But again, if you meet that March 5th criteria, you're eligible. So how do you apply? Here we go. Apply for healthcare benefits. This link right here will get you to apply for healthcare benefits, and that is the way to do it online. Now, if you're an OG and you want to apply by phone, you can do that. The VA has a number right here. If you're a real OG and you like the paper option, you can apply by mail. You're going to have to fill out the 1010 EZ form, which is right here. You click that, you can download it. It's going to be a PDF. And then there's the mailing address right there. Okay. And then if you're really, really OG, you can go ahead and take that 1010 EZ and apply in person. You can absolutely do that. And then lastly, which is my favorite option personally, if you're not going to do it online, especially just for healthcare, you can work with an accredited representative, okay? An accredited representative to get help applying for VA healthcare. And the VA healthcare is, or when you apply, it's pretty fast. You can find out what happens after you apply. You can click that. Basically, they're going to make a decision, and that decision, according to this VA's website, is less than 1 week. And the VA even says, if more than a week has passed since you gave us your application and you haven't heard back, please don't apply again. Call the hotline. There's the times, and you can go ahead and give them a ring and say, hey, where are my dang benefits at? Okay, so that's it. That is the March 5th bill. It is passed. It's final. Millions of veterans are covered under this bill. It's definitely going to help your pre-Gulf War era veterans, as well as all the other veterans that didn't necessarily deploy to combat, but were still exposed to toxins stateside or on ship or where they were stored or whatever that looks like. So all in all, this is a big win for the VA. It's a big win for veterans, and it's a win-win all around.